On today's episode, we highlight what is, in my opinion, the perfect prediction market trade. The crowd is right in direction, but wrong on credence. It just hasn't read the resolution criteria. It's never a good idea to bet the lot on a single trade, but if I had to choose one, this would be it. If you enjoy content like this, please like and subscribe for more. Today's trade is simple. No on a permanent peace deal between Israel and Hezbollah by June 30th. We bought no shares at 75 cents. They're now trading at around 81, so yes, we're already in profit. But frankly, this still looks like free money. If it dips again, I'd view that as a buy the dip opportunity, not a warning sign. And the reason is not just Middle East peace is hard. I mean, that's true, obviously. That's like saying Trump sometimes exaggerates or Elon Musk occasionally seeks attention. But it's technically accurate and wildly underpowered. The real edge here is the contract. This market doesn't ask whether Israel and Lebanon reach some diplomatic understanding. It does not ask whether Washington announces progress or whether a group of men in suits stand behind microphones and say constructive dialogue 17 times. It asks whether there is a permanent peace deal between Israel and Hezbollah. And that distinction is everything because Lebanon and Hezbollah are not the same thing. The Lebanese government is a state, weak, divided, desperate to keep the country from collapsing completely, but still a state. It can send diplomats and it can meet American officials. It can agree to frameworks. It can promise that, yes, absolutely, this time it will definitely reassert control over southern Lebanon. Very credible, much sovereignty, big state energy. Hezbollah, meanwhile, is an autonomous, Iranian-backed military and political organization with its own weapons, its own command structure, and its own strategic agenda. It's embedded inside Lebanon, but doesn't take orders from the Lebanese state in the way this contract would need to. So, when the US brokers talks with Lebanese officials, that might matter geopolitically, it might move headlines, it might even move the market. But unless Hezbollah itself signs up to a permanent end to hostilities with Israel, this contract should not resolve yes. And Hezbollah isn't signing that. Its entire identity is built around armed resistance to Israel. It's not going to wake up next Tuesday, put down its missiles and say, actually, we've had a chat with the State Department officials and decided liberal institutionalism was right all along. That ain't happening, guys. Even in the fantasy scenario where the Lebanese government signs a historic peace agreement with Israel, that still doesn't get you there, because Hezbollah can simply say, that's nice, we didn't sign it. And if Hezbollah doesn't sign it, if their name isn't on the agreement, the market resolves no. And that's why this trade is so attractive. The market is pricing geopolitical vibes. We are, as always, trading the fine print. Every time there's a headline about talks, the yes side gets a little sugar rush. Diplomats met, ceasefire discussed, framework proposed, unnamed official optimistic. Wonderful, get that man a bells. But contractually, none of that's enough. For yes to win, you need Hezbollah, not just Lebanon, to enter a permanent peace arrangement with Israel. You need a lasting end to hostilities. You need the very organization whose political capital depends on resistance to Israel to effectively retire its core mission. That's not a 19% probability event. That is, my toddler voluntarily tidies up the lounge and then asks about Kant territory. And this matters beyond one market. The Israel-Hezbollah front is one of the key pressure points in the wider regional crisis. If that front stays hot, Iran has every incentive to keep the pressure on. If Iran keeps the pressure on, shipping risk stays elevated. If shipping risk stays elevated, oil markets stay twitchy. We've had a big oil sell-off, but if oil markets stay twitchy, inflation does what inflation always does, ruin everyone's week while central bankers pretend they saw it coming. So this isn't just a quirky contract technicality. It connects directly to the broader thesis we've been trading. The market repeatedly underestimates how hard it is to convert temporary de-escalation into permanent settlement. A ceasefire extension isn't peace. A Lebanese government statement is not Hezbollah capitulation. A Trump post in all caps is not a treaty. And very productive talks is often diplomatic code for everyone still hates each other, but the catering was acceptable. So that's why I like this trade so much. The crowd is directionally right. Most people understand that a permanent Israel-Hezbollah peace deal is unlikely. But they are still giving yes way too much credit because they're treating the market like a normal geopolitical question. And it isn't. It's a resolution criteria question. And on the resolution criteria, no has the distinct advantage. We bought at 75 cents and it's now around 81, and I think that's cheap. At 81, you're still looking at a very attractive return for a contract that, in my view, requires a near miracle on both geopolitics and wording. Could something weird happen? I mean, of course, this is the Middle East. Donald Trump is involved, and prediction markets exist mainly to punish overconfidence like this. So, no, don't bet the house, don't sell the dog, don't remortgage the children. But as prediction market setups go, this is as close to ideal as I've ever seen. Strong geopolitical fundamentals, strict contract language, and a market still leaving money on the table. This trade can't fail, which probably means it'll fail in the stupidest possible way. But until Hezbollah signs a permanent peace deal with Israel, I'm holding no. And if the market gives me another dip, I'm buying more. Thanks for watching Prediction Market Prof. Like, subscribe, and remember, in prediction markets, always read the fine print because the crowd usually reads the headline, panics, and gives you the yield.